Hey everybody, this is Charles Raether. Today I wanted to do a short video on a topic that's really hot right now. AI, ChatGPT, all those things. Pick your AI, engine or site, of the month that you prefer working with. I can't keep track of all of them. But I wanted to kind of set the record straight as to how much can you really trust AI when you're dealing with immigration law? Welcome again, everyone. My name is Charles Raether. I'm the managing partner at AmLaw Group. And I think this is an important video, not because I'm trying to protect other lawyers' jobs, including myself. Believe me, that's not the case. I think it's always easier working with clients who have good background, good knowledge about, the program or programs they're interested in, and we can immediately jump into a detailed discussion about what visa options are best for them and what's the best way to move forward. But I have to tell you, as much as I'm equally impressed by all these AI engines that are out there and sites, and I haven't compared this with other people in other fields and endeavors, engineering, medicine, stuff like that. But I have to be honest with you, you gotta be careful with ChatGPT or other AI instruments when you're dealing with immigration. I'm amazed how wrong ChatGPT is, really. So like I said, I'm not a doctor or an engineer or a software developer. And so if we were to ask some really esoteric, narrow questions in those fields as well, I'm curious, would ChatGPT give as many erroneous responses as it does in the immigration field? Or maybe, there's more mechanical learning going on in medicine and engineering and software programming that ChatGPT and other AI bots are better equipped and have more knowledge. But you have to be super careful. And I realize, and I see this too increasingly when I'm talking to clients as well, that they're putting forth positions and arguments that I'm kind of thinking, where are you coming up with this? Because this really has nothing to do with reality. So again, I'm just saying this to share with you guys all that ChatGPT and similar engines are awesome to use to kind of get a general understanding of kind of what's required and maybe with different visa programs, how does it work? But I'm amazed by how many errors it produces when you start getting into the nitty-gritty. And in particular, when you're starting to deal with the nitty-gritty of particular programs. So if you're going into the details of EB-5, and for example, if you run by ChatGPT, what are the top 3 mistakes for getting a denial for an EB-5 petition? It's almost comical what information it presents. I mean, it's not comical in that, it's almost like it was a student who kind of studied this stuff, but he didn't really study it well till the night before the exam, and so he's just kind of giving these general answers that kind of sound impressive. That's what it kind of feels like when I'm reading stuff from ChatGPT, that it sounds kind of authoritative, impressive, but in many cases, it's lacking in nuances which can affect the ultimate analysis. And I mean, it is just flat out wrong. So everybody out there, keep using ChatGPT for your general searches, your initial inquiries and stuff like that. But please, if you're going to go forward with any kind of substantive visa, whether it's an E2 or especially an EB-5, please do yourself a favor and understand that ChatGPT is kind of like talking to your neighbor about stuff. Yeah, you can get some general ideas and whatnot, but if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty and the details, you really need to talk to an experienced specialist. Hopefully that specialist will be us. If you're interested in these videos, please leave a like, sign up for our channel, or if you're even further along in the process, reach out directly to us so we can give you some guidance on the next steps for your transition to the US.